Hey friends, so Amber from Into the Weeds is traveling, so we are hanging out, y'all. It's a content creator hangout.
Yep, I'm excited. I'm
Me
having a good
too.
time.
We're having a blast. We had dinner last night and we're hanging out today. Gonna do some art stuff later. It's gonna be a great time. I wish all y'all were hanging out.
Yeah, me too. Sorry, we miss you, Laura.
Yes, I miss you, Laura. So, Amber has some cool news to share. If you've been following her missing persons life, there's a bit of good news to share about Shannon LaFleur.
Yeah, Shannon LaFleur. She went missing. January of 2025 in LA, and her family had actually lost contact with her for close to 2 years, I think. And we put out her teacher's message, telling Shannon to please contact her, that she'll come pick her up or whatever. I don't know what transpired behind the scenes, but all I know is that yesterday, Amy from Para Women Radio put in the text message with Shannon's family that, she asked, had Shannon been found? And I was like, what? Wait, what's going on? And so I went in there and said, hey, has she been found? And they said yes. And I think Amy's seen a picture, but I have not seen a picture. There is something on TikTok with her picture, but I can't see it because it's like a couple of pictures layered on top or something like that. So I couldn't really tell what was going on. My eyes are bad. So
it happens. But that's good news, even though we don't have a lot of news that she's apparently safe and there's been contact made.
Yes, and there's been a picture sent. So I don't know to the extent of what's transpired, but we're just excited that
we don't know how safe she is, but we apparently have contact. She's not completely lost anymore.
Correct. And now we're just trying to get linked up with Chanda Lore Sanders' family to find her.
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad we got to share that good news. In the Gypsy verse, things have been kind of weird. Like we still have way more emails to read. We just got a little exhausted with it for a while, but I'm still game to do more. You know?
Oh yeah. I don't mind. It's just going through them. It's just like so.
Sometimes you need a break.
Especially the stuff they talk about.
We want to enjoy our food, y'all. We want to enjoy our food, okay? And not feel odd brushing our teeth.
Oh my gosh. When I started seeing those memes of the toothbrush and the barbecue sauce, I was like I literally got that information for everybody to do. I was like, how do I feel about that? Do I feel good? Do I feel bad?
You are the source.
I feel weird.
Mixed feelings happen. That's human.
Yes, I feel weird. But at the same time, you guys kill me with some of those memes. So.
Oh, they're awesome. They're awesome. I loved the pimp juice rod. And I'm not even like a big AI person, but I feel like everybody makes their own choice. I don't try to control what other people do. I don't use it, but I enjoy the AIs that I see. And the pimp juice rod AIs. Oh my God, they were so hilarious.
Yeah, so Laura does try to police me on my AI use. It's all good. Still love you, kiddo.
No policing here. My husband uses AI. Everybody makes their own choice.
Yeah, and I only normally use AI just to kind of get my thoughts in order. But occasionally I'll generate an AI meme or picture or whatever. Some of them are really funny. Some of them are really corny. And there's a lot that I don't put out there because some of them are like, oh, what the heck just happened there?
I bet that I love your Harry and Meghan
yeah, I need to do more of those, I think. Instead of Gypsy, I think I need to move a little bit more towards them. But I have not consumed any content on Meghan Markle in a while. Except for occasionally I'll watch The Royal Grift or the woman from New Zealand. Have you seen her where she does book reviews?
Oh, the Vintage Read Show?
Yes.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I like her. So I'll occasionally watch them, but for the most part, I've been kind of checked out on Meghan and Harry because There's a lot to talk about.
There is, and I really want to get back to that though and talk more about the whole African parks and Cinnabale deal because I feel like that's kind of died down and went under the rug a little bit. And to me, that's one of the most important scandals that they have.
Yeah, and I've gotten a little bit of pushback on people saying, "Oh, leave Harry and Meghan alone."
Well, everybody's allowed to feel how they feel.
Yeah, but it looks like they were like thinking that I had a problem with their relationship, and it's like, no, I don't have a problem with their relationship. Actually, I got up and watched that stupid wedding.
I did too.
I cried. I was excited for them. Because
I cried for Diana and I cried for the Queen, and yeah.
Yeah, I didn't watch the Diana wedding while I was really young.
Well, I wasn't alive for that one yet, but I watched her funeral and cried. You know?
Okay. Yeah, I didn't even watch her funeral or anything because I was, a teenager, so I was just kind of doing my own thing. But
I watched the Kate and William wedding. It was beautiful.
I watched that after it happened. I didn't watch in real time, but I did get up and watch Harry and Meghan. So don't come at me saying, I don't care or that I have an issue with their relationship. I have an issue with
their actions,
their political aspirations, and their shady business practices and shady AF African parks and Tabali.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and their political aspirations are worrisome because it's not like I care what their political beliefs are. Like, believe whatever you want to believe, but they have these royal connections that, in my opinion, should never be involved in American politics. That's literally what we fought the Revolutionary War about. And although I might enjoy the gossip and the scandal and stuff of the royal family and the watching all the ceremonies and stuff, I do not want them in charge of anything to do with me.
No, and especially when you really look into the things that Harry and Meghan have done, their track record and everything.
Yeah, the way they treat people
and
that work for them.
That's the thing, the bullying.
Yeah.
And the palace needs to come clean on that whole thing.
Yes.
I mean, 100%.
I know the Queen didn't want to deal with it, but she's gone. They need to come clean about the Meghan bullying and Prince Andrew. Mm-hmm. They need to cut Andrew, I don't care where they ship him off to. Ship him off somewhere out of sight, out of mind, make him live frugally, pay penance for his shaming the institution that was funding him because he's funded off public money and he acted a damn fool, whether he actually went so far as to do crimes or not. He acted a damn fool.
Yep, I agree. And also, I think that they need to be held accountable for their association with Jimmy Savile.
Yes, that's a big one because Andrew associated with Epstein, all of them associated with Jimmy Savile. And I can understand someone not knowing at first, but you've got to denounce it once you know.
Yeah.
If you don't denounce it once you know, or don't denounce it hard enough, like Prince Andrew in that Newsnight interview, when Emily Maitlis was like, "Do you regret your relationship with Jeffrey?" And he's like, "No, still not." Freaking idiot.
That guy has, it's like he's experienced so much of the world, but yet he has no common sense of the world at all.
Yeah.
Just from his answers and the way that he
clearly
interacted with her. And I guess he still has teddy bears on his bed, so.
Yeah, and they have to be arranged right or he'll throw a damn fit.
Yeah, I know.
He ran to the gate one time of the palace because the automated gate didn't open fast enough. He just rammed it with his car, went on, messed up his car, messed up the gate. Obviously, the other people are going to have to fix this. But he didn't give a damn because that's how arrogant he is.
Oh my goodness, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So back whenever I was doing more royal videos before the Gypverse heated up so much that I've been focused on that lately, I bought a copy of Prince Andrew's original photo book that he published in the 80s. He was trying to get into photography.
Really?
Yeah, and the British press were like, at the time, they really liked Andrew. He was a war hero, but when he tried to do photography, they were just like, no. You want to see it?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so now we've got the book. What do you think of this book, Amber?
Wow, I thought I was a bad photographer, but That's way interesting. I will say that, especially with the equipment that he would have had at his disposal.
You want to show the people some of the gems?
Can you guys see that?
Yeah. Like, I mean, it just looks like a snap anyone would take of someone fishing, you know?
Okay, I mean, this is a good one. This is,
He occasionally hits on a good one.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Ansel Adam quality. Well, maybe
Yeah.
not, but
One of the criticisms was that he did have a professional photographer mentor traveling with him. And so some of the better ones are attributed to him, and also attributed to the fact that, like you said, he had access to equipment that normal people didn't have the money for in England at that time, or in the UK. And he also had access to travel and views that other people didn't have. So they felt like,
like extremely basic.
there's some pictures that he took from windows of the palace that could have been cool because of the view, but he didn't bother to center them or anything.
Yeah, like that,
Yeah.
like that guard. That would have been a really cool picture had he, you know,
Taken a bit of time or had a bit of artistic thought.
yeah. Oh, that's a cool one. I mean, it's only because
Yeah.
I got the bird there.
Yeah, he had a lot of cool military shots. Again, you know, just like his access to cool things. Yeah, the clothespins are where I marked some. Some of these are kind of good, but they're a little weird.
What is that?
He was let's move it closer to the people. Yeah, he was learning some photography tricks there. You know, they didn't have AIs to do things, and yeah, he was trying to do stuff with the ladies.
Very interesting. Huh.
He did seem to show some artistic interest when it comes to photos of the ladies. I kind of like
That one. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, these are ones that were attributed to his mentor helping, but you know, maybe he actually got some good ones. Who knows?
Yeah. Huh.
You can take the clothespins off.
Oh, no, you're-
I liked those.
that one's nice. I like that
The
one.
ship is cool.
Okay. Well, Andrew, you don't impress me because you had everything at your disposal, like his mom and his dad.
Yeah, some people said that likely the only reason anyone would buy it was there were a few never before seen photos of the queen, basically.
Yeah, if I had access to the kind of equipment and mentorship that he had, I wouldn't release a book like that.
Yeah.
I would make sure I hone, you know, to some degree my craft and get proud of what I'm releasing instead of just releasing a bunch of throwaway photos, because that's kind of what some of them look like.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder too, because Andrew is known to be so obstinate and argumentative. It makes me wonder if his mentor didn't try to get him to put better ones in, and Andrew probably just personally liked those.
Probably. I would not doubt that a bit.
Kind of like the teddy bear situation. But so speaking of art that's criticized, everybody's been talking about Gypsy's art, her blow art, whatever. Blown art.
Insert a picture here.
Yeah. I don't know. So like it's amateur art. Everyone starts out amateur. My early stuff isn't good. But at the same and I find Gypsy doing art to try and sell like crafty art one of the most least offensive things she's ever done.
Yep.
However, at the same time, I don't believe for a minute that the information was accidentally leaked. I think that it wasn't selling anonymously. And so they planted a leak. I'm not saying directly, like Nina exposed it. I don't know if Nina's in contact with him or not, but someone would have leaked to somebody who leaked to Nina if, you know, whatever the situation is. And I just assumed that it was Gypsy or Gypsy authorized because it wasn't selling, so they wanted to get it out there because people will buy bad art made by notorious people. I mean, John Wayne Gacy is the notorious example.
Yeah, some really bad art.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of them at museums. So I went to the East Alcatraz once in Pigeon Forge or something like that. And I saw his clown painting. That was pretty interesting to actually see in person.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
I'm scared of clowns, so
Oh.
it made it a double whammy because it's John Wayne Gacy and a clown.
In Alcatraz. Yeah, so I was gonna say, I think the best art I've seen from Gypsy was those Smurfs that were sold on eBay that I think were stencil traced.
Yeah, they had to have been stencil trades. But I was wondering, because remember she released that video where she was talking about a painting for the nursery.
Yeah, a lot of people sent that to me because it was right after I did my first painting live. But yeah, she never followed through on that other than the blown art.
Yeah, I wonder if she actually did a painting for the nursery, or because it definitely wasn't blow art.
Not what she was implying.
Yeah. It's standing up on
It looked like a 16 by 20.
Yeah, so I don't think it would have
Or
been
at least
blow
11
art.
by 14. Sometimes scale is hard because I know Gypsy's very short, so I might have been assuming.
Yeah. And so I mean, as far as her art, go do your thing if that's what you like to do. I have no issues with it. But like you said, it is interesting that it came to light, and I don't think it would have come to light.
They didn't.
Yeah, if they hadn't leaked it, because there are so many famous people out there that do things anonymously or incognito, and they're never found out.
Mm-hmm.
So it would lend to.
Well, and I mean, they're notorious for leaking things. We saw in the email that the leak that she complained about on the vial files, the media got a hold of the fact that we were going to the Chiefs game, and they got a hold of it because she sent it to them. Yeah, like if people are talking about Aurora right now, it's because Christy sent pictures around. Like they leak their stuff all the time and then get upset because people talk about their private lives and they get trolled. Like, so you're infamous. You're going to be trolled all the time if you're doing public things that open you up to trolling, like where you have to be messaged. You've got to be messaged for the art. You got to be messaged for the Facebook sales. And you're just, when you're infamous and notoriously hated by a lot of people, like I'm not one to troll people, but I find it funny when other people do it, but it's not something I encourage or would do myself. However, I feel like when you're as infamous and notorious as Gypsy and you go selling Sheen crap on Facebook for double the price because you put your dirty butt in it, like you're gonna get trolled. And if you say you want to do anonymous amateur crafty art, which is not a bad thing to do. But then if you leak the information, if that's what happened, so that people know it's you're gonna get trolled. Like I just can't have sympathy.
No, I agree. So what you brought it up. So what do you think about Christy sending Case those pictures of the baby?
I kind of agree with a lot of people's theories that they really want to show the baby and are hoping to get a content creator to do it to where then they can say, well, I can't. I think Gypsy didn't really want to advocate. And, that's why she uses the excuse, well, that was taken away from me by content creators. We didn't take away nothing.
No.
There's always going to be public discourse, especially if you're only famous for doing matricide. Like, she can still advocate all she wants. People are going to comment on it. People are going to troll about it. People are going to troll about whatever she does because of the reason why she's famous. But using these excuses that public opinion stops me, I don't buy it.
Well, here's the thing. We all know that mainstream media has a different narrative than what we have. Right?
Exactly. We're all pretty small comparatively. Like CNN, to an extent, TMZ, even though they troll and needler a little bit sometimes, but they're all when they interview her, they're all on her side. The big podcasts, like the Vial Files, Kale Lowry. The Vial Files sit there and act all shocked when she said people called her a murdered villain. They're like they're gonna jump up and protect her and fight people. Like She is a murderer and felon.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's literally what she is. That's what she pled guilty to. That's what she did.
Yeah. And so my point in us saying all that is that get offline and you won't hear us. And you could hear the mainstream media narrative kissing your butt and making you feel important. Don't listen to us.
Yeah.
Go off and do your own thing.
We don't matter.
I only have
tune into our channels.
I only have 6,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
You know,
we're talking to Gypsy here. We love our regular subscribers and commenters, but yeah, Gypsy and Blanchard's like, we don't matter to watch us.
No.
You can watch us.
No, and honestly, the email thing, I genuinely thought those emails were going to come into my possession. I was going to read a couple of them. Nobody would pay attention. Somebody else would, get a hold of them, put out some content. But I didn't think it would be that big.
Yeah, I didn't expect the bombshells that we found in there. None of us did. Like, bombshells for everyone, for Christy, for Rod, for Gypsy, for Ken, for Ryan, for the dozen other dudes that she mentioned in there that didn't get redacted. Like, there was just so much in there I didn't expect. I didn't think she was actually tricking men in prison. I don't know a lot about prison culture. I didn't know that was common, so it was shocking to me. I guess I was a bit innocent. I'm not reading Gypsy's emails.
I wasn't shocked because I know that it goes on, but because I had heard her make a statement where there were like 250 men writing her in prison. I remember her making that statement
too.
And so I always thought, okay, well, out of that 250 men who are writing her, she's definitely communicating sexually if it's longer than a couple of emails or whatever. So I always had that kind of mindset that she was probably doing something, but I think I was just a little more shocked at how blatant and how much she obsessed with the men.
Yeah, I didn't realize how distinctly same her patterns always continue.
Yeah.
So much of the ways that she talked to Ken, Ryan, and Sebastian, Brian, Tim, all the other dudes is mirroring the same way that she talked to Nick. She just updated her language a little bit. She didn't say Han and dear so much. She realized that's cringe.
His lover, solely.
Yeah, muscle man. Smitten kitten. Hashtag this and that. Ken is a Turkish toad. She said that once. Ken is a Turkish toad. Yeah. So, but the basic gist and pattern of how she talked to the men is exactly how she talked to Nick.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, like just nothing changed. And now we know how many other dudes she was talking to at the same time as Nick. So again, nothing changed because with every dude that she was with in prison, she was always talking to 5-10 other dudes.
Yeah. So it makes me think, who is she talking to now? She has to be. There's no way she can go from living that type of lifestyle, not having any kind of rehabilitation, because she has not had any rehabilitation. It's obvious. So what is she doing now behind the scenes?
Yeah, well, some people pointed out in my comments that one time when Ken was live with, I think it was True Crime with Justin, he asked how Ken could feel comfortable that she's not doing that now. And Ken was just like, well, I know for a fact she's not. And someone pointed out in my comments that was right after her Instagram and her TikTok was deactivated or whatever. And maybe that's why. For Ken to feel confident, but I don't know how he possibly could, especially if he was listening to any of the emails. Her and Rod discuss how to get around stuff like that.
Yeah, I know Gypsy loves Harry Potter. I would love to have an invisibility cloak and go in her house and see, see how many screen names she has, how many accounts she has, because she has to have them.
She's probably got her own burner phone hid somewhere.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that Ken feels comfortable having his own guns in the house whenever Gypsy shot Dee Dee with the BB gun.
Yeah, that concerned me when I heard that. I'm not for calling CPS or anything.
Me
like
neither,
that.
no.
If
there are too many calls, then big things can get overlooked because they're just like, oh, well, everybody calls in on them because they're famous.
Yeah, and
I think that happened with their parole officer.
yeah. So, what do you think about him talking about the CPS investigation that happened?
I mean, I don't know. They could lie about it if they are confident that the records are sealed from FOIAs.
Mhm.
If they're not sealed from FOIAs, then eventually people will know that they're telling the truth. I'm not saying we'll do the FOIAs, but somebody will.
I'm not.
Somebody will. I don't care about. I mean, okay. Let me word this correctly. I might have to edit myself here. So I don't personally focus on the baby. I assume that there are enough eyes on Gypsy and Kian locally that the baby is watched and taken care of and that there will be something. I don't have personal curiosity about the baby.
I have none either.
And the baby didn't come to my home area and hurt my people.
Yeah.
So I don't have animosity towards the baby. I'm blanket no to the baby because I assume that there are enough people watching that it is safe. I'm not saying Ken and Gypsy are totally safe. I'm saying that we know there was just a CPS investigation. Somebody called, like Chris, apparently from the leaks, Christy has the baby most of the time. And so I don't feel like I personally need to worry about the safety of the baby. So I don't. And I don't have personal curiosity about it either. So that's just where I am on that. I'm just mad at Gypsy still for the fact that she got such a baby sentence after basically she took two people's lives.
Yeah.
Because Dee Dee, everyone knows who's watched my channel for any amount of time, knows my feelings about Dee Dee. I'm not a fan. But also at the same time, she did not deserve the end that she got. That was terrible. She deserved jail, rehabilitation. What Gypsy got, she deserved that. And that didn't happen. And then poor Stephanie Goldhammer is gone due to the actions and due to the fact that even though he is still alive, her son's life is basically gone, even though, whatever. And so, a lot of people are like, well, I might stop talking about Gypsy if she stays offline, and that's totally fine. I'm not going to stop talking about her. There's way more to reveal with the emails and everything. And personally, like I've told all my viewers, my plan is to donate a large portion of my first check. And then from there on, like I'm not going to commit to exact percentage of every monthly payment because I live in a tornado zone. I might have another disaster and need the money every month. But I'm going to do a donation every time, and it's going to be to different charities in the Ozarks. And there's going to be a message that goes out with it that these funds were provided by people who are angry about Gypsy Rose Blanchard being released onto the public 8.5 years after what she did. There's a more eloquent details of the message than that, and I will share those when I do the video of the receipt of the first donation. I've been monetized for about 5 or 6 weeks now. And the first cutoff, I wasn't at the minimum threshold of $100 yet to get a payment.
Yeah, that happens for a long time.
So thanks to the emails and everyone watching, I will meet the next threshold. I haven't hit the next cutoff time yet. And then the month after that, the way YouTube works, I'll get my first payment. And so then I'll be able to do my donation and make the video. So I want to keep making donations to different charities in the Ozarks. So I'm going to keep talking about Gypsy. Yeah. If she stays quiet and other people want to move on, I support you. Do what feels good to you. But I'm going to keep talking.
Yeah, and I'll talk when it's relevant, when I have any documents or anything like that, or anybody wants to come on and talk about it. Yeah. But she's boring to me. So, but
everybody's allowed to feel what they feel.
Yeah, I do want to find an organization in the Ozarks to do that as well. I do already donate to one in the Ozarks, Rafa International, which is a human trafficking organization.
Oh, cool.
Fighting human trafficking, not human trafficking. And so they are an organization that works in Haiti, Oh, where's that other place? Cambodia. And then they also help organizations in the Ozarks as well
Cool.
on trafficking. So
That's awesome.
so I already give to them. I've been
Mhm.
doing that for years. But I do want to find a place that is more specific
Locally
to,
centered.
yeah, and specific to whatever this whole mess of Gypsy is.
Yeah.
You know, I want to find a place that I think really deserves it and
Mhm.
that really is a place that is helping victims or families or whatever that are impacted by situations or whatever
Yeah.
in the Ozarks that apply to Gypsy's overall case and things like that.
I absolutely agree. Yeah, I'm planning for my first donation to be to a place called Ark of the Ozarks. It is a place that is a non for profit and they care for disabled people, and they have a center specifically focused on helping individuals who are high on the autism spectrum.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a really good one. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I'll let you know whenever I figure it out.
Awesome. In my editing, I'm going to insert some pictures here. There is a lady who's contacted me. I believe her username is Flower Power 1960.
Okay.
And she followed this case since the murder initially happened. And she felt really moved about the fact that, like I was saying, that Dee Dee and Stephanie Goldhammer were both victims of the situation who literally lost their life.
I agree.
And while doing her new garden, she decided to make two portions, memorial gardens,
Aw.
one to Stephanie and one to Dee Dee. And she has some health problems, so it's a little slow going on them, but she's got roses blooming in both of them right now. So I will insert those pictures.
I like that. I
Yeah.
really like that.
Yeah, I thought it was super cool.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. Almost gives me tears.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you've said, Dee Dee is complicated, and
Mhm.
it's like I've known people who are that kind of complicated. Maybe not to that extent because we don't really know Dee Dee's.
We don't know the extent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't
We
judge.
don't believe Gypsy's story, but
Definitely don't.
we've seen some police reports of.
Yeah, I definitely don't believe Gypsy's story, and as time is going on, it's more and more apparent that she just isn't truthful about anything. So,
Right.
you know, whatever, whoever Dee Dee was, whatever action she took, at the end of the day, she was a human being,
Mm-hmm.
and she was loved by people,
Yes.
and we should all remember that, and I think that's important.
I do too. Yep.
Mhm. And unfortunately, Stephanie, I don't know anything about her other than what I've heard Nick say about her.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know,
Sounds like she was complicated too, and what all of us are.
yeah.
You know, to different levels, people have different issues. You know, addictions happen, and we hope that anyone who has or is experiencing addiction gets in recovery, stays in recovery. Recovery is where we want you. If you're in recovery, congratulations, and we're
Yes.
proud of you.
Yes, because I know so many people who
Mhm.
are in recovery and have been for decades. So it is possible. It's just a matter of the choices you make. And sometimes that choice is just to wake up and do something a little different. So I encourage you all that are struggling with that. You know, it's just one choice every day.
Use all the tools available that you
Mhm.
need.
And there's plenty of resources out there, plenty.
Mhm.
So I encourage you that if you're going through that, reach out and get help because it is possible.
Well, for our ending, would you like to go around with me and film a few palette cleansers with the
Yeah.
goldfish and flowers?
Yeah, most definitely.
We will see you later, friends.
Bye.
So it's trying to rain on us a little bit while we're filming outside here, but I'm showing Amber the jujube tree. So this is an Asian fruit tree. The jujube, it's Jugube, and it's like a little apple. Oops. Well, that one will never ripe now. I think it's considered a sort of fig, but it tastes like a little apple when it ripens.
Okay.
However, every year since I've lived here, I've been so excited, like wait and wait. I check them every day to gather them whenever they ripen so I can like make some jam or something.
Mm-hmm.
Squirrels get them. The day that they're ripe enough, I come out here at sunup and the squirrels are busy and they've got them all.
You know, I haven't heard anybody call a mosquito a skeeter in so many years.
tell you I'm Ozark. I am Ozark. I just got bit on the hand and I'm like, dang, Skeeter.
It's been so long.
Amber's cracking up over here realizing how country I really am. I lived in St. Louis for 10 years, but you can't take the girl out of the country, but she's still going to talk like a hillbilly.
I used to use the word like britches and stuff like that, but Skeeter, I was just like, oh my God, I've heard that forever.
Coolio and Biggie are swimming around to the sound of us laughing. We've got a new bud forming. The other one has closed up, the other lily, and a new bud is forming.
You need a frog out here.
I do. Yeah, I saw a wild one out here one day, but he's not come back. Well,
I love frogs, but to actually like hold a frog,
I love them. Okay, I'm gonna turn the camera. Well, I guess we need to go in and get away from the skeeters.
Yeah.
Bye, friends.
Bye.